So, welcome to another video, another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about British humour, British comedy. I'm going to break it down for you piece by piece. I feel like it's a very misunderstood concept. It's very well known, but I just get the idea that people still don't really get it. And therefore, I'm gonna have to break it down for you guys. So the idea is to break down the different parts of British humour and British comedy, giving you my insights as a Brit, not an Italian, so that you can not just watch it, kind of at least understand the words, but actually understand the humour behind it and laugh a little bit. For example, one thing that I hear all the time is that the American Office is better than the original Office. Now, what are you smoking? Sure, I've not watched the American Office, but I know for a fact that the UK Office is way better. The problem is you don't get it yet. So today we're going to look at one element of British humour, which is awkwardness, embarrassment, cringe, the kinds of things people like observing from afar, but don't like to be the victim of. I suppose the best way for us to start is to actually consume some content, watch a little bit, and actually see what cringe looks like, what cringe feels like, what awkwardness and embarrassment looks like from the audience perspective. So let's look at this clip here. This is an old series, Fawlty Towers. I can't remember what happens in the exact scene, but you've got the hotel owner and the waiter in a very awkward situation. Something happened to one of the guests. I think they knocked him out, or maybe, I don't think they killed him, but maybe they think they killed him, and they're trying to hide the body. The first awkward moment is the old man next to them, being a guest, having found them disposing of a body. Awkward, but not funny yet. Instead, the awkwardness comes from the next part. Let's have a watch. So this is where the awkwardness, the embarrassment, or the second-hand embarrassment comes from. They find a spare room to put the body in, or the man, but it turns out there's another guest in the room inflating a sex doll. And then a typical British reaction to diffuse the situation. Oh, sorry. Awkwardness, a key cornerstone to our comedy. You'll see this kind of stuff all the time, just minus the sex doll. So sometimes foreigners just don't get our comedy at all. My job is to help you to understand it more. So in British humour and British comedy, you'll find long silences, people staring at each other awkwardly, tiny facial expressions, or conversations that slowly fall apart, and you just don't get it. So this is where one element, awkwardness, cringe, comes into it. The cringe is often the joke itself, because a huge amount of British comedy is built around awkwardness, social discomfort. We like it. For example, people saying the wrong thing, people trying too hard, people just failing socially, people misreading a situation or slowly embarrassing themselves in front of others. We're evil and we like it. And instead of saving that character from the embarrassment, and we like to keep them in that uncomfortable situation. So the core element to this is social disaster. Social disaster is funny. Social disaster is embarrassing, awkward, and cringe. Now let's have a look at this clip to show it in a different context. So here you have a clip from The Office, the English one. The awkwardness, you've got David Brent, the main character, being offered a redundancy package, which is him losing his job in compensation for money. As if that situation is not awkward enough, it gets worse.
We've been discussing something you said earlier, and it's certainly something we've been thinking about as well. We'd like to offer you a very generous redundancy package.
The extended silence. He doesn't know how to respond to that. He doesn't know how he feels about it.
Are you offering me it, or are you telling me I've got to take it?
We're telling you you've got to take it.
Even there, you've got some Englishness. He doesn't know whether he has the choice or not. It's an offer. British indirectness. So what's happening here in this episode is that it's Red Nose Day, which is a day where comedians raise money for charity through laughter. And so in the office, they've got that theme on that given day, where the idea and the tradition for us is to maybe dress up a bit in a silly way in order to raise money.
It's good timing, isn't it? Telling me that today, the day of laughter. Brilliant. That's that ruined, isn't it? That's what I was...
So then you get that element where something completely unexpected, just like in the last scene, the embarrassment of wearing that costume, it looks stupid. The embarrassment of blowing up a sex doll, other people observing it, and the timing of wearing that outfit whilst being sacked. Now let's see what he does with this awkward situation. Does it become worse? You see, he steps forward. He plays with the pockets, making it more awkward, like he doesn't know what to do, just to stand there.
Little pockets and everything.
He makes a statement about the pockets. He's opening the pockets. You see what I mean? See how they escalate his embarrassment. And we like this. We like the unexpected awkwardness and cringe moments, and sitting in that moment of awkwardness, observing it happening. Notice how all this stuff is quite subtle. It's not loud, it's not super exaggerated. Instead, it's quietly exaggerated. Now let's look at another scene, and something that I want to add is often with British shows, it's about regular situations. So the first one, you've got hotel room with a hotel manager and the staff and the guests. Next one, the office. It's in an office place, regular people, regular bosses, regular staff in an office place. Now this third scene, you just got a Christmas dinner. People sitting at the table, ready to enjoy Christmas dinner. You've got the family around. In this scene, you've got Mark, the one in the purple jumper. He's with his, I think she's his new girlfriend. His parents are at the table, and his dad puts him in a very awkward situation by being extremely rude about his new girlfriend.
Cauliflower is traditional!
I don't know if it really is traditional, actually.
So here you've got the father very strongly disagreeing with his son, shouting, which is a social faux pas, something you don't do. British culture is built on restraint, controlling emotions, and not making things awkward. By him shouting that cauliflower is not traditional, he's already broken one unwritten rule of how you should behave, making everyone go silent. Awkward. Then his girlfriend decides to step forward and reaffirm what her boyfriend was saying. So her potential future father-in-law disagreeing with him after he's clearly been shown to be angry. Increasing the tension in the room. How's the father going to react?
Could you not slip a muzzle on your woman, please, Mark?
Then you see how the father escalates the situation even more, making it even more awkward. How is his son going to react to him telling his son to tell his girlfriend to kind of close her mouth in a very, very rude way? Then notice how he kind of smiles, potentially to diffuse it, to make it not seem so rude. She's there gobsmacked, mouth open. Then you see the reaction of everyone around the table. Everybody is staring at Mark in purple. You see all the awkward reactions like, what now?
I notice I'm not saying anything.
Then you hear his thoughts out loud. He knows he should say something, but he's so gobsmacked that he's not saying anything. You can see how that went from a quiet disagreement to a loud disagreement to extreme rudeness and an unresolved situation. You've got shock, cringe, comedy there. Let's look at one more clip to highlight awkwardness, cringe, embarrassment, and how we laugh at it from afar. This is a different kind of cringe, where one of the characters is just not really socially cool, socially involved. You've got two guys in an office, another girl in the office. The guy and the girl get on well. I think they like each other. And the other guy likes the girl, but he's not really cool. But he plays along with this joke that they're running so that he can be accepted by her. So she's convinced the guy to call a colleague to tell him some stuff that would be weird to tell him, very unexpected, quite intimate and embarrassing. But he plays along because he likes her.
You should wear tighter trousers.
So one, you should wear tighter trousers to another guy. Embarrassing, kind of funny. But in British comedy, we need to make it more awkward. You see the reaction, you see the camera pan to the reaction of another character, the other guy with them, laughing. He's feeling the embarrassment of that situation and liking it.
Can I give you a call back? Yeah, bye.
Look at her reaction to what he said as well. She loves it. She's laughing her head off.
Genius.
Obviously, being the person that is in that awkward situation, he ends the call as soon as possible because he's so embarrassed. You don't like being in that situation, but we like laughing at it.
Genius. Genius.
But now let's see his reaction. The cringe part is how he thinks that now that he's gotten involved in this funny situation of him saying some weird stuff, that she's accepted him, that she likes him, and observe how she turns to the other guy. They're close to each other, they're touching, and how the guy that was on the phone, Gareth, wants that intimacy, wants that closeness, and forces it, but it doesn't look natural. It's a bit awkward, and everyone kind of notices it. See how they hug, they laugh together. Then you've got the other guy, separate, not really part of the group.
Brilliant.
Even there you can see how his hand floats over her shoulder for a moment, then goes to her back, and then even there he can feel that that's a bit much. And so he kind of leans his arm over her.
Brilliant.
And then moving away from her. He can feel she doesn't like it, the laughter dies down, the moment's over and he moves away. So usually when people talk about British comedy being awkward and cringe, it's not randomness. A huge amount is built on people looking competent, looking confident, looking cool, looking dignified, avoiding embarrassment, staying polite, civil, and keeping social situations under control. This is how we in Britain like things to be. But what British comedy likes you to see is that fail, those situations to become awkward, those characters to actually be seen to not be confident, to be not seen as cool, for situations to break down, for things to become awkward, for people to lose dignity, for politeness to disappear, and then see how people react and how the situation plays out. Because a lot of people in Britain are very socially aware. We worry a lot about saying or doing the wrong thing, like this phone call. He was embarrassed and he wanted to end that phone call as soon as possible, but he was willing to go through that pain because he quite liked that girl. We worry about making situations awkward, like here where they burst into a room where there's a guy blowing up a sex doll. Or even you can see here where David Brent steps up to show his bird costume, that he's willing to make the situation awkward to try and embarrass his bosses. So we'll leave the video there. That is one element of British comedy we can look at another topic next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. Like, comment, whatever. But next time you watch some British comedy, think about this video, understand what's happening, the emotions that are involved, and I hope you start laughing at it.